Hey guys, welcome back to the other side of the coin. Two things I want to talk about today. First of all, obviously, the whole Champions League draw that took place less than 24 hours ago. And also, obviously, the upcoming match in the weekend against Crystal Palace just before the international break. So, before I go on to those two topics, I just want to lay out a particular, frustration of mine that I've sort of faced since the West Bromwich match and also the Tottenham match in the Carabao Cup. And, the frustration's really been in the sense that with all the matches that we've played so far, and I get it, we've had a few players out, injuries hampered it and whatnot, but I still haven't seen any degree of, some sort of solidity or completeness in our style, or the way that we are defending or even attacking. Yes, there's been some improvements in defending in terms of set pieces and whatnot, but there's also been mistakes. I know there's been a plethora of mistakes, but basically what I'm trying to say is that I understand these are still sort of that pre-season vibe at the moment, but I'm just a bit concerned that we're not seeing the kind of style that Frank wants to play. I know he's been waiting for players like Chilwell, perhaps Pulisic and Ziyech, but I feel we still need to have an answer, a solution when they're not around. Like, we still need to be able to find a way to still maintain the style that Frank wants to play. I initially thought the style that Frank really wants to play was lone DM and attacking eights. I know we don't have that classic holding midfielder, but, play Kante, advise him to stay deep, instruct him that this is the job that we want you to do so we can play their attacking eights. And if it's not that, if it's the double pivot that we're seeing at the moment, sometimes I see a lot of the gameplay when Reece James is playing is all through his end and crosses that's coming in through Reece James. When he's not on, we try and do a lot of sideways passing with Kovacic and Jorginho. So I'm not utterly excited about how we've played so far in all the matches. Besides Barnsley, I would say, and once again, Barnsley's championship level team. Besides that game, I don't think I've really liked the way we've played in any of the matches, to be honest. But nonetheless, I just wanted to put that out there before I touch on the next two topics, because there's just too much excuses that's coming out this season, and this season was not meant to be for excuses. This season, we were meant to be reducing the gap with Liverpool. We were meant to be, looking a lot sharper and competing. And I know it's early days, and perhaps, we just need to stay patient. But, games are just flying away like that. We just need to wake up a little bit. And, I feel like some of these excuses need to stop very, very quickly. I feel like this game against Palace is probably the last that we can use any sort of excuses in terms of fitness, in terms of our team hasn't had any pre-season. None of the other teams have had pre-season, to be honest. You look at Everton, they've bought a few players as well, and they're flying. They're looking so sharp. They're 6 out of 6 wins in all club competitions at the moment, and they're playing their style. Ancelotti's sticking with the front three for Premier League, sticking with the 2 centre-backs that he wants. And they're flying. They're really, really doing well. So I just hope that all of that excuses finishes after this Palace match, because we need to get a roll on if we want to go anywhere in this particular season. All right, let's talk about the Champions League draw first of all. So I haven't really, looked into all the other groups. I know that Man United got a really, really tough group with, I believe, I think it was Leipzig and maybe, I think, Bayern Munich or PSG, some really, really tough teams. So they've got a tough draw. But looking at our particular draw at the moment, in my opinion, nothing is easy anymore. Every team is difficult. Having said that, I still expect us to come first in this group. I know so in the group who we have is Saville. We've got Renne from France, which is Mendy's team, which is going to be exciting to play against Mendy's ex-team. And the Russian team, Krasnodar, I hope I've pronounced it right. So overall, when you look at that particular group, you think we should be coming first. We should be thriving to coming first because of the quality that we have. I'm not saying we should be, it'll be a walk in the park for us, but we should be thriving to come first. But at the same time, I just want to put that caveat out there that we cannot be complacent. I've seen so many people in social media, especially as soon as that draw was complete, everyone's like, yes, what a fantastic draw. We're going to easily, come top. We're going to top the group. We're going to go into the next round very easily. No. If we are thinking like this, being so complacent about it, I just hope the players are not thinking like this. Yes, we expect to come first in this group, 100%, but we take any of this team slightly or lightly, I'm telling you, we're going to get punished. We just got punished by West Brom not that long ago, 3-0 at halftime. Sevilla is not an easy opponent. They've just played Bayern Munich in the Super Cup. I didn't watch the match. Many were saying that they probably could have beaten them. They went toe-to-toe with Bayern Munich. So Sevilla's a very quality team. Renne, who's made it to Champions League for the first time, apparently they're leading in the French league as well at the moment. So they shouldn't be taken for lightly either. And the Russian team, definitely, Krasnodar, should not be taken lightly. The away fixtures are going to be very difficult here, and I hope our team takes every single one of these games with the same energy that we go into any of the top clubs when we face like Liverpool or City or whoever else. I want our team to focus on each of these matches in that manner, and that's the only way we're going to be, coming top in this particular group. It's not impossible, 100% it's possible. If anything, if we don't get top, I think I'll probably be disappointed. We should be coming top. But having said that, we need to have the mindset, the mentality that every game is important. Every game is going to be tough. We go out there and that's how we perform. If we are complacent, I'm telling you, we're going to get done. So that's the whole thing about the Champions League draw. That's my feelings. Hopefully we progress, and it's not just the second round. It's very important to come first here to basically negate some of the top clubs in the second round. I want to progress to the quarterfinals, and from there you never know, anything is possible. Now let's focus on the Palace game, guys. This is not going to be easy. I'm telling you, the way we've been playing, this is not going to be easy. I'll get to my formation and my lineup and hope we play that, but I just want to touch a little bit about Palace. Palace won their first two games, and they looked really solid recently. They beat Man United. They looked much better than Man United. I mean, then again, Man United, they haven't been clicking into gears yet. But Palace looked really, really good. Even against Everton in the last match, they just narrowly lost that. So this team under Roy Hodgson, they are very, very solid. They know exactly what their strengths are. They know exactly what their weaknesses are. And they play within their limits, but they play it to the dot. They've got physical presence. We all know the defenders are tall, broad. Their midfielders are very physical. And up front, it's blockbuster pace, physicality with Ayew, with Zaha. Townsend, he becomes super Townsend when he plays against Townsend, I suppose. When he plays against some of these top clubs such as us. And then midfield as well, James McArthur, a whole heap of other different players. They've got a lot of workhorses in that team, so we've got to be ready for this particular match. And I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. None of these games are walk in the park in the Premier League, so I hope we are focused and we get the win. So that's a little bit about Palace. Now, how I would shape up my formation would be, look, I thought Frank was going to play the lone DM and attacking aids, but he's not doing that. So let's go with the double pivot. So if it's double pivot, I'll go with the 4-2-3-1 situation here. And who I want in my backline, let's start with the backline. Azpilicueta had a really fine game. But having said that, I want a little bit more attacking impetus, and I want Reece James back in the right back. I think, Azpilicueta could be a good backup if anything was to happen. So this match, I want Reece James to play. In the centre back, let's not dilly-dally around anymore. Let's stick to a particular combination, especially in the Premier League at least. And I would go with Zuma and Thiago. Thiago Silva in the right centre back, Zuma in the left centre back. Let's stick with them. Let's give them an opportunity. Even if they make mistakes, let's give them an opportunity to build this relationship and build this chemistry. In the left back, please, let's have Chilwell. I know he had an interview yesterday talking about how he's been managed recently, and that's fine in terms of his injury, but I just hope that he is now okay enough to start, playing a full match. Obviously, he's played half a matches in the last couple of matches. He gives us such great impetus from the left side. We've already seen it up with Spurs, that width that he gives us, his pace, even his defending was looking really, really good. So I want him. In the middle, let's go with Kante and Kovacic. Kante's, drive, his ability, the engine ability to intercept, to run all day long. Kovacic obviously to help us build up. We need a player to build up and from the back and that drive from the middle. And I think these two should be good enough against Palace. Defensively, I don't like them because they're not disciplined enough. One doesn't stay back. They all seem to bomb up together. And this is the issue about our defense, the imbalance in Frank's defense, midfield. That's why he's going after someone like Rice. But that would be my double pivot. Up front, let's go with the wings. In the right wing, look, I need to give Mason Mount a break here. I know Frank loves Mason Mount, but Mason Mount needs a break. This is a game. He's got international duty coming up. And he's probably going to feature there, so let him get a break. He was absolutely spent against Tottenham, so let's give him a break. I know, look, obviously this video is going to come out before the press conference, but there's already, Pulisic has come out and he said that he's fit. But I don't expect him to start. Hopefully off the bench he gets some minutes. Ziyech has already been named in the international team for Morocco. He's probably fit. I hope he doesn't feature that much for Morocco out there for Ziyech. So I don't expect Ziyech to start, but of course off the bench I'm happy with that. So in the right side, who I would have is Callum Hudson-Odoi. I think he's done very, very well in the last couple of matches. I know he missed an opportunity against Tottenham with that shot, but nonetheless, when you look at the overall game, he's been very, very good. So I want to give him an opportunity on the right side. I know left side is his best, but I'll give him an opportunity on the right because in the left I'll have Timo Werner. We're just wingers short at the moment. Werner's just got to do a job. I know his best position's in centre forward, but right now he's got to do a job in left wing. He scored that goal against Tottenham, so hopefully, we can see a lot more goals coming from him from here on in. In the centre forward position, I'd go with Giroud, and I'm hoping, or perhaps even Tammy. I don't really care who plays there. I think if it's Tammy, perhaps that combination, because I want to play in that number 10, Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz 100% starts. And perhaps his combination with Tammy is probably a little bit better at the moment because they haven't, Kai Havertz really hasn't played enough with Giroud. So I'm not really too concerned with Giroud or Tammy. The only reason I go for Giroud is his link up, his hold up is far better. But against Tottenham, they really, really isolated him and really couldn't get the ball to Giroud. So if it's Giroud, we need to utilise him and find him quickly so he can link up with the players like Werner, Kai Havertz and Callum Hudson-Odoi. If not, let's go with Tammy. But as I said, I don't really care who it is in the front. So that's my lineup. I'm hoping Kai Havertz and Timo Werner can do the job for us. And my prediction, guys, honestly, look, I'm worried off the back of how we've been playing. We've got to be very focused in this match. I'm still going for a win because anything without a win, anything besides a win, I think it's going to be very, very hard to swallow, to be honest. So I'm hoping for a narrow win here, maybe a 1-0, maybe a 2-0, hopefully a 2-0, and we get the victory and go off to international break and come back strong, because after that we've got Southampton, midweek we've got the Champions League and then Man United, so we better start getting ready. So guys, let me know what your thoughts are about my whole, talk about before the Champions League, the whole, about all the different excuses and whatnot and how we should be looking to gear up to perform well. The UCL Draw, what you guys think about that. Let me know about the whole match against Crystal Palace, what your thoughts, how do you feel, how would you line up your formation? And yeah, let's have a healthy discussion. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see you.